Now to what could be the state's most serious primary challenge. Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller, a Republican from Stephenville, is getting competition from within the Republican ranks. Trey Blocker is an attorney, he's a former lobbyist, and now a GOP candidate for Ag Commissioner. Trey Blocker is with us from Austin this morning. Good morning to you, Trey.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on the show.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here. You are an attorney. You live in Fredericksburg. What in the world do you know about agriculture?
Well, I'm a sixth-generation Texan. My forefathers came over here from Germany. They were some of the most well-respected cattlemen of their day. In fact, my great-great-uncle drove the first herd of cattle onto the XIT ranch and actually gave the ranch its name. So I'm very proud of that heritage. I believe agriculture and rural Texas are the heart and soul of our great state. And I want to bring some honesty and some integrity and some fiscal responsibility back to the Department of Agriculture, which I believe it's been sorely lacking over the past 3 years.
Well, let's talk about that, too. You've said the Department of Agriculture has gotten bloated. What specifically would you do away with? Inspecting scales, gas pumps? What are you thinking about specifically?
Absolutely. The Department of Agriculture needs to refocus on agriculture, and some of these programs that have nothing to do with ag need to either be eliminated or moved to other agencies where they can be more effectively and efficiently run without political input. So, for instance, I don't think the Department of Agriculture should be monitoring scales at Starbucks. They shouldn't be weighing lottery balls, and they certainly should not be harassing barbecue restaurants across the state.
Now these are jobs that could hang in the balance here if you are elected. Are you talking about sending these jobs somewhere else in the state, or just doing away with it altogether?
It depends on the program. We'll take a hard look at them all, and I do want to reduce the bloat and the size of government. That's what conservative Republicans want. They also want reasonable fees. This particular commissioner has raised taxes on farmers and ranchers and other small businesses in amounts that exceed 500%. In fact, the state auditor recently released a report saying he's raised $7 million more than it takes to run these programs. And in my mind, that's tantamount to theft. And that money should be returned to its rightful owners, the farmers and ranchers of this state.
Trey, if elected, how much money could you cut from the budget?
That's a very good question. We'll take a hard look at it. You know, this commissioner went to the legislature and asked for $50 million more so that he could grow the bureaucracy at the Department of Agriculture. And the legislature told him no. And so that's why he's raised all of these fees. So what we will do is we'll get in there and we'll take a hard look at these numbers, and we'll see what programs we can move away. And then we'll determine what it actually costs to administer these programs so that we can lower the fees on these farmers and ranchers and other small businesses.
Trey, Commissioner Miller has made a lot of news, as you well know, over things he's said since he got elected as well. Is that what spurred you to run, or is it the increase in the size of the bureaucracy at the Ag Department?
It's all of the above, to be perfectly honest. I am an ethics attorney, so I've spent my career advising politicians on how to be ethical. And this commissioner is a poster child for corruption. Not long after he got into the office, he used state funds to go to Oklahoma for personal reasons. He used state funds to go to Mississippi to compete in a rodeo. He's been investigated by the Texas Rangers. He's been found guilty of numerous ethical transgressions by the Texas Ethics Commission, and that's why I've given up my lobby practice, so I can fight the corruption and the crony capitalism that I've witnessed here in Austin. And as I said, Sid Miller is a poster child for that corruption.
And I think, just for the record, he did pay back those state funds that he used to go up to Oklahoma for that so-called Jesus shot that he made. Nevertheless, so Trey, good luck to you, and I look forward to talking to you as the campaign progresses. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas.